Hi friends, welcome to my channel Tableau Tricks. In today's video, we're going to see how to switch chart types in Tableau using parameters. This method will help us to save some space on a dashboard. So this is the kind of dashboard we are going to prepare in today's video. So if you look at this part of the dashboard, there are three different charts showing up. One is a bar chart, a pie chart and a bubble chart. When I click on bar chart, it changes the view to bar. When I click on pie chart, it changes it to pie chart, and then when I click on bubble, it changes the view to a bubble chart. So this is something that we are going to learn in today's video. So let's get started. So this is the data set that I'm going to use for today's tutorial. So if you look at the fields here, we have row ID, order date, shipment date, and the important fields that I'm going to use for today's videos are subcategory and sales. So let's get started. Let me open up a new worksheet over here. So I have already uploaded the dataset to this Tableau desktop. If you look at it, it's sample superstore. You can find this dataset available on the Tableau site. You can download it from there. So I will create a bar chart first. So I will pull in the subcategory to columns and then sales to text. I will go here and change the view to a bar chart, and I will go here and duplicate it, and I will rename this as pie chart, change the view to pie, make it as an entire view. I will pull in sales to labels, and I will go here to quick table calculations, make it to percent of total. Let me make some format changes here. I will go here, make it bold and black. So this is what is my pie chart is. So I will just create another sheet here. I'll duplicate it and rename it as a bubble chart. So I'll go here and change the view to bubble. Now I will go and pull in the subcategory to color so that all the dimensions shows up in a different color. I will pull in sales to labels. So this is a bubble chart. So I have already created three different charts, if you can see here. Now let me quickly go ahead and create a parameter here. So I will name the parameter as type of chart. I'll make it a string list. I'll put bar. I will type pie and then a bubble here. Click on OK. So I have created a parameter here. Now let me create a calculated field. I'll name that field as chart. I'll pull in type of chart here. Click on OK. Now I will go to this bar chart and click on show parameter, and I will add this chart into filters. I will select bar here, click on OK. I will do the same for pie and bubble chart here. So I'll go to pie and click on show parameter here. Now this time I will select pie, pull this field to filters and then select pie, apply OK. Over here, show the parameter, select it as bubble, and then pull this chart to filters, select bubble. Okay. So now I have created three different charts and added the parameter to all those three charts and added this created field to a filter, and I've selected those values accordingly, right? So now let me go ahead and add these three different charts to a dashboard. So I'll open up a dashboard, and the first thing that I should be doing here is I will have to pull either a horizontal or a vertical container into this dashboard. So I'll just pull in the horizontal container here, and then I'll pull in bar, then pie chart, and then a bubble chart here, right? So we will have to make sure that we are pulling these three charts into the same container. So if you want to know whether the three charts that I have pulled in here are in the same container, so what I can do is I can just double click on this handle and it will show me the container. So I will have to make sure that all the three charts that I have pulled in are in one single container, right? And I'll just get rid of this and this. Now when I click on a bar chart here, it shows up in the entire view, and when I click on the pie chart, it shows up here like this, and then when I click on bubble, it shows up like this. But it's not taking, or it's not showing up in the entire view. So for that, what I will have to do is I'll have to go here, and then I'll have to remove the titles. I'll hide the title here as well and hide the title. Now when I select bar here, see again, even in this case when I'm selecting a bar, it's showing us this particular chart not in a complete format, but it's showing up only in a half format, right? So for it to make it in a full view, what I will have to do is I will have to make sure that I am putting it in an entire view, and then this one also should be in an entire view, and this one also should be an entire view. Okay, so now one important thing to note here is when you are including a pie chart or a bubble chart, uh, what you'll have to do is you'll have to create some dummy values over here in columns and rows. Now if you look at the bar chart here, we have some values showing up here, right? If you look at the columns, we have sum of sales. In rows we have subcategory, but whereas in pie and bubble chart, we do not have any value showing up under columns or rows. So that's something that we'll have to change here. So for that, what I will do is I will add a dummy column here. I will name it as A, or maybe a capital A, hit enter, and then I will enter, or I will type B here and hit enter. I'll do the same for bubble chart. I will go here, type A, double click here, type B and hit enter. Now when I go to a dashboard, if you see here, it's now it got spread across the container, and it's showing the view as a complete view. Now when I click on this pie, it's showing as a complete view here, and then when I click on bubble, again the bubble is showing up as a full view or an entire view. So this is something that you'll have to do when you use a pie chart or a bubble chart in your view. So let me make some modifications to it. I will format these. So let me go to the sheet. Here I will get rid of the headers. I'll get rid of this header as well. I'll go to pie. I'll get rid of this header. Yeah. So now when I select pie here, it will show up a pie chart, and when I select a bar here, it will show up a bar chart here, right? So this is how we can go ahead and create or we can see how to switch chart types in Tableau using parameters. Now the point here is I do not want to use a field here. I do not want to use a drop down field here. Instead of drop down field, what I want to do is I want to use some images, so that when I click on those images, these charts changes accordingly. So for that, I will have to create a separate sheet named header. In that I will have 3 different icons. So when I click on any of those icons, these charts will change accordingly. So let's go ahead and do that. So I will create a header sheet here. I will name it as header. So here in the header, I will have to create 3 different axes. So for that, what I can do is I can put it as average of 0.0. This creates one axis. I'll again type same here, 0.00. Now this creates another axis. I will create another axis by typing average of 0.000. So now if you see here, there are 3 different axes created, right? So now here I will have to make sure that I am creating some calculated fields. So I will go ahead and create some calculated fields here, and I will name it as bar, and I will enter the spelling of bar here. So one thing to note here is whatever you enter here should match with your parameter values. So if you remember, in the parameter value I have given only three values. Those are bar, pi and bubble. So those names should match with this value. So I will have to create three different calculated fields. One of those fields is bar. I'll click on OK, and now I'll create another calculated field. This time I will name it as pi, and I will enter pi in it. Click on OK. Another calculated field, it would be bubble. I will enter bubble here. Okay. So now I have created three different calculated fields: bar, bubble and pi. So now here what I will have to do is I'll have to go here and change it to shapes. So if you see here, this has got changed now. So it is now showing up some icons showing up over here, right? So I will go here to this first axis, and here I will pull in this bar and put it under shapes. I will go to the second axis. Here I will pull pi. This is the calculated field, and I will pull it under shapes. And here what I can do is I will go and pull in bubbles under shapes. So now I will go to this first axis again. I'll go to shapes, and now I will have to map it with the bar. If you go here, you will find something showing up, some shape showing as bars here. If you don't see it on your Tableau desktop, then you can download it from the net. We have these images available on the net. You can download it and upload it onto the Tableau repository, and it will start showing up. So I will link it to the bar for bar chart. I'll click on apply. I will go here, and then I will go to the shapes. I'll go here, and then I will look for pi here. Click on apply. Okay. And then finally I'll go here, and then I will look for bubble charts here. Apply. Okay. So now what I can do is I can increase the size of this. And then I can increase this size as well, or maybe I can reduce the size. Yeah. Now I'll make some modifications to it. I will make some format changes. I'll go to the sheet here, and I will put as none. Headers, change it to none. I'll set everything to none basically here. Yeah. Now I'll go to this part and make it as none. I'll make it as none here again. And access tricks to, yeah, access tricks to none. So yeah, so this is something that I have created now. So what I can do is I'll go to the desktop again. Now here I will go, and then I'll go to the desktop and pull in the headers here, and I will resize it. Yeah, I'll get rid of these values showing up here. Now when I click on these charts, nothing happens, right? Because there is no relation between this particular sheet and this sheet. So I'll have to create a relationship for that. So for that I'll have to go and make some changes or create some action filters here. So I'll go to worksheet, click on actions, and here I will create a change parameter. I will name it as bar. So if I go here, I will click on the dashboard 1. When I click on dashboard 1, when I select dashboard 1, and when I click on the header of dashboard 1, so it should basically, the target parameter should be type of charts, and here I will select bar, right? And nothing, no other changes should be made on this action parameter. I'll click on OK. So I'll have to do I'll have to do the same steps for the other parameters as well. This time I will name it as pi, select the source sheet, uncheck all the values except header. Target parameter would be the parameter that you have created, and then here it would be pi. Click on OK, and then again same thing, but for bubble. So I'll select the dashboard here. I will unselect all the values, select the target parameter, select the field, and we are done. So now I will get rid of this drop down. Yep. So now when I click on the pie chart, it should show me the pie chart on the screen, and when I click on a bar graph, it should show me a bar graph, and when I click on bubbles, it should show me a bubble chart. Now let me make some format changes to this particular sheet. I will hide the title. I will go here, and I will put it in the center. Okay, and then I will decrease the size, and then I will click on format, change the sheet color here, and I will change the color of this sheet as well. I'll click on pie chart, change the sheet color, click on this chart, and then I'll change the color of the sheet. So yeah, so this is something I wanted to share in today's video. Hope you have enjoyed it and learned something new. So please do share, subscribe, and like my videos. Thank you.